Alright, welcome. Now, I want you to imagine something for a second. Imagine being willing to face arrest. And some seriously crippling fines. Just for leaving your job. Sounds wild, right? Well, what if your job was actually making the laws? In Texas, a massive political standoff has pushed a group of lawmakers to consider exactly that. Fleeing the state. Just to stop a vote. Yeah, it sounds absolutely bonkers. So let's break down this incredibly high-stakes gambit. And ask the big question right up front. Why on earth would lawmakers risk fines, maybe even arrest, just to flee their own state? Well, as we're about to see, this drastic move was what they considered their last resort. A kind of final, desperate tool in a super high-stakes political war. Let's dive into what's really going on. And let's be clear, we're not talking about a simple disagreement here. This is a full-blown confrontation. And the consequences could ripple far beyond Texas. Potentially affecting the entire country. At the heart of this fight are state Democrats in Texas. And they're seriously considering packing their bags. And leaving. Why? To make sure there aren't enough lawmakers present to legally hold a vote. It's a radical move. A real act of political resistance. And you can really feel the mindset behind it in a quote from State Representative Gina Hinojosa. Greater than, in Texas, we fight to win. And I think if you watch, you'll see the same. That says it all. They're not backing down. So what's so important that it's worth all this? It all boils down to one issue. Redistricting. That's the process of redrawing political boundaries. And it happens every 10 years. Republicans argue the new maps are simply needed to reflect population changes. But Democrats, they say it's not about fairness at all. They say it's about gerrymandering, drawing the lines to lock in a political advantage. And the stakes? Oh, they're massive. According to Democratic State Representative Christian Manuel, these new maps could help the Republican Party pick up 5 additional congressional seats. Let that sink in. That's a huge shift in the national balance of power. All hinging on this one fight in Texas. Democrats argue the new maps are designed to dilute the power of certain voters. They say communities of color are being broken up, and that so-called coalition districts are being torn apart. In their eyes, it creates a completely unfair playing field. And some even warn it could give the president dangerous authority. So all of that leads us to their dramatic strategy, the quorum-breaking gambit. The logic is pretty simple. If you know you're going to lose a vote, you make sure that vote can't happen in the first place. But what exactly is breaking quorum? Well, think of it this way. Any legislature needs a minimum number of members present to conduct official business. That number is called the quorum. If enough lawmakers from the minority party leave, the number drops below the quorum. And everything grinds to a halt. No new laws. No new votes. Nothing moves forward.